Right, today I wanted to work on getting through Afterglow by Ed Sheeran. I really like how he's using the root notes and kind of accenting beat 2. So in this song here, what we get for a strum, I like to work through the strum for, a couple minutes. Maybe go through it with you and then try to play along with me through the strum. So basically it starts off with a down strum. We are capoed on fret 4. I know on the video I think he capos on 5. But I think that's because his guitar is tuned down and then he capoed. I'm not going to tune my guitar down and do all that. We can get the same sound just by capoing on 4. And we start off on a G chord and we get a down and we're going to count. I'll play it once through slow and count it where it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a... So what's happening there is we're strumming down on 1, letting and ring, 1 and 2 for the root note. That's why I put an R under beat 2. That means the root note of the chord, which is a top string for G. On the strum here, we get this down 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a... So we get a down, 1 and 2. We're going to hit the root note, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and. Now when I do the and after 2, I'm just kind of strumming strings 4 and 3 really lightly. So we get this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and. I'm sorry, the and after 2, I'm strumming all of them. And we get this 1 and 2 and 3 and. On that and after 3, we just get a light strum. It's just like really quiet. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a... Dynamics in the strumming where we get louder and quieter over certain parts. So on the 1 and the 2 and the and, 1 and 2 and 3 and is a little quiet, the and after 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 4 and a... You can see my hand doesn't stop moving. It's almost like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1, and I'm hitting the strings on the beats that I have to, where it's like 1 and 2 and 3. So I missed my 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and... See, I went and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and... See? 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and really I see a lot of people when they strum, and this is something you develop over time. It just happens naturally, but if you notice it and can teach others, it'll happen quicker. Instead of just going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a... Try to keep your rhythm hand. Once you get it that way, then try to keep your rhythm hand as a metronome. We can go slower where it'd be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a... If you got that already, fast forward it into the next part of the class where we're teaching the verses and the chorus. So I'll do something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2. You could work that, stop the video, keep the timeline on the top so you know what to count and what to play for the rhythm, and try to follow along on your screen just by yourself. Turn it back on, come back, and try to play along with that little section there that I did. One more thing I wanted to mention, if you're having a hard time with that strum, then you could try to get it more like this for a little bit. Try to get just 1 and 2 and. and try to keep the count going. And a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a. Once you get that, then we can add in the next and, maybe something like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and, oh, missed my and there, but that's a tricky one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and. All right, now we'll try to get to 4. So now we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Get that one good. Then we try to get the and after 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3. Now we're going to move into the verses and the chorus. So try, when you're learning these chords, if you already know them, great, move on, fast forward the video. But just lifting and placing fingers. Try not to move your hand around. And the other cool thing to know is to be bringing fingers 1 and 2 up to come near D chord like this, instead of always doing this stuff, right? Leave these 2 fingers on the bottom and see first if you can control these fingers with your mind, lift them off, put them back on. If you can, great. If not, work it. The next step would be, if you can do that, bring them down into the D chord where we're on strings 3 and we're on the bottom string on fret 2. And then we get this and get that good. So you're just moving fingers, not your hand. And then try to lift 1, 2 and your pinky off, but leave 3 down. So you got your pinky coming off with these 3, but finger 3 is staying on string 2, fret 3. And now we can try to bring these 2 down while their pinky comes off and land them for a D chord. Now back up, great exercise. And same for getting to E minor. We can leave these 2 fingers on the bottom because it's technically an E minor 7. And then to get to C add 9, we can leave these 2 on the bottom again and just get to there. Now when you see Ed Sheeran playing, he's just playing a G chord like this. So we don't want to hear the 5th string. We just get this. What we'll do now is we'll play through it. I'll count us in this time. If you want to work it through yourself for a bit, come back and turn on the video and try to play it along. That'd be great. If you've already got it, awesome. Fast forward to the next section. Here we go on the verse. I'll count us in this time. I could go a little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1. So that'd be basically the verse. It goes through it 2 times and then we enter the chorus. The other thing that you might want to know is the root note for G is the top string. So when we start, now I'm going to pick that top string for the root. C add 9 is going to be the 5th string. We strum down first, 1 and 2, and then we pick that on 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a. Remember the and after 3. I'm just kind of strumming strings 4 and 3 really lightly, and I might catch string 2 a little bit with my pick. So you want a really relaxed hand. You don't want to be all tense and stiff. Your fingers should be out with your pick, and you should hold it like that. And you should strum more so it's on the edge of the pick, so that you come down like in a half circle and up in a half circle. And the D chord, the 4th string, would be your root note. 4 and I'm just strumming the bottom 4 strings at that point. Then the E minor, 1 and 2, 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a. So your root note for G is 6. Root note for C add 9 is string 5. Root note for the D chord is string 4. Root note for the E minor chord is string 6. And the root note for the C add 9, we already just talked about that, but I'll recap that, string 5. The whole time you're playing these G's and C add 9s, you do not need to have your finger 1 on. We're actually getting rid of strings 5 and 4, so you can play it like that as well. Going to the chorus, stays there now. See how I got right stayed on the C add 9 for 2 more bars. So moving into the chorus, we get C add 9 2 times, G a 5 again, walking down to this G. This is our G chord with F sharp on the low note. So the chorus would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and same thing again, and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and. But that one there, we're going to stay like this, still a G5, but we're going to add finger 1 on string 3, fret 2. And we'll call it a G sus2, because we got rid of the 3rd of G, which is this one. Technically this isn't a G, it's a B chord, but that's because we're capo. G's up here. So yeah, that's our G sus2. And then it goes back to the C add 9. Don't need finger 2. Back to the D chord. And the C add 9 again. The G5, and then the G add 9, or sus2, sorry, and then the C add 9, same strum as what we did before. 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And notice how he gets quieter and louder. Dynamics, building lots of dynamics with your strumming hand is awesome. So we go back up, we do the verse again, repeat it twice, then we come down, do the whole chorus, and it ends repeating the second last line, basically going to that G sus2. Does it again. And pretty much ends like that. Watch the dynamics on the strum. That's the hard part, getting this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Notice how 4 is a strong beat. 4 and a 1 and 2